Have you ever wanted to know about the future, love, dreams, money,
sex and bodies?
Well, then you're in luck because we read tarot cards.
And we do it seriously.
We know we're being funny, but it's real. Real magic.
We used to be an Instagram live show.
And then a live show in front of an audience.
Yay! And now, a podcast.
So sit back, relax, and trust the process.
Welcome to The Tarot Show. I'm Dickie Copeland.
I'm Hannah Garces.
And this is The Tarot Show. How you doing, Han?
I'm pretty good. We'll just kick off this episode with a purview. The purview.
The purview. Sitting around a little table surrounded by windows at the purview.
With our cats. And today I had the day off. I played tennis with some friends. I play tennis now.
Challengers.
Okay.
The sexiest sport.
It is pretty sexy.
Yeah, it's got a cute little outfit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Sorry.
You don't have to apologize. Just caught me by surprise.
Too much.
Not enough.
And it's really hard. Yeah. Extremely technical. It's really fucking hard. But I think I'm going to get good at it.
Do you have like your own racket?
I do, because Fozzie Bear's dad gave me one.
Oh, sick. What color is it?
It's black and green, perfect for me. And I got a Karopi dampener, which for the listeners who are not familiar, it's like, on Crocs, they have the little gibbets, little charms. It's almost like that for your racket, but it's like for the purpose of lessening that sort of like the vibration, I think, when the racket hits, so it doesn't like
go up your arm.
Yeah.
Rattle your bones.
Exactly. So I got a Karopi dampener because Fozzie Bear's, he and his family, they're very into tennis. So, and it's just a good thing to learn. So I think it's just a good sport that you can play for your whole life, pretty much. Stay in shape.
Are you going to get pulled into the pickleball?
Yeah.
Of it all too?
I'm already in.
It's a slippery slope, right?
It's a slippery slope. As one of our 7 listeners, well, now we have like 8 listeners, but one of our treasured 8 listeners, Chrissa and Nikhil, I think Nikhil listens when Chrissa is listening.
Love it. Little tag team.
We play with them.
They listen
Couples
as
pickleball.
doubles.
They listen as doubles.
Got it.
Love them. Shouts to Chrissa and Nikhil.
40 love them.
40 love them.
I'm ready to make tennis jokes. I'm ready to bounce that ball back and forth. Snap heads to the left. Snap heads to the right. Yeah, what would yours be? Like, do you know what yours is? Like, when you like hit it really hard? Oh, okay. I think mine would be like, God damn it!
Every time. God damn it!
Yeah. The dad and me.
God damn it! Yeah.
God damn it!
Yeah, you go mad, Dad.
God damn it! God damn it!
I think I kind of sound like Ness from Super Smash Brothers. He's from another video game, but I only know him from them. It's like, hi! What? This kid with a yo-yo? I never played with him.
Like, it almost sounds like you're saying hello, but like, hi. Hi! Hey!
Hey, man, what's up? Anyway, so I'm playing tennis now. I played tennis, and then I came home, and I'm startled and then delighted to see on our deck a full-grown coyote asleep on our like little cushioned bench.
And you took a little story of it.
I did. I'll post it to the Tarot Show. Follow us at the Tarot Show 444 on Instagram. I'll post that shit to the story so you can see.
Oh, hell yeah. Because I saw it from work and I was like, I got to get the hell out of here. I got to get home. There's crazy cool shit happening. Hannah's dropped into a moment of purview.
Yep. We had a purview moment, and there's always critters popping off at our house. So yeah, I was fully asleep, and I love the coyotes. I wanted to let him nap, but we also have like kitty friends who come around, and it's just the responsible thing is to ensure that coyotes are afraid of humans. That's just what you're supposed to do.
That is true.
So tapped on the window, and then I went out there. I was like, hello.
You went, hi.
Hi. And I woke up and it was just like, oh, okay. And then sauntered off. I was like, sorry. And then I will also add the story. A little pup walked through, a little coyote pup.
A coyote pup?
So cute.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And How big would you say it was?
It was like the size of like a small cat because
Yeah.
I had seen this pup, I'm pretty sure yesterday or the day before, out of the corner of my eye. But it was like the size of a cat, but it had like this little like the end of its tail was a different color. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I think that might be a coyote pup, but it scurried out of sight.
Yeah, because our current feral cat, Toby, is pretty big. He's a big boy.
Yeah.
We call Toby because we first saw him in October a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Toby's been kicking it live for a while now. So yeah, you would think it was a pup because Toby's a big boy.
Yeah.
I wonder how Possum Dearie is doing.
Oh,
Our little possum.
I know. I worry about all our little guys out there.
They're in their own little ecosystem, you
I
know.
But yeah, I also want the coyotes to win.
I know the deck as an ecosystem.
It really is that. We have seen
closed
so
eco.
many.
So many. Maybe that should be what our 1, 2, 3s are. Is like whether you identify as a coyote pup
Yeah, coyote pup
or
kitten. Do we do baby version like Muppet babies? Because we have like coyotes, cats, and I don't know. But then it's like skunks, raccoons, possums.
Me love a little skunk.
I love the skunks. They're really cute.
It's such a tiny, weird little thing, but every time you and I, once in a blue moon, we'll watch Only Lovers Left Alive. And when Tilda Swinton arrives in Detroit and she's walking up to the house and the skunk passes her and she says its Latin name.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part of that movie
I love that.
because she's so delighted when she sees it. I'm going to look up what the Latin name is. Anyways, maybe that should be the one. A little baby skunk. Like Blossom in
Flower.
Flower.
And yeah, maybe it should be okay, we'll do Muppet Baby Edition for critters in our backyard. So coyote pup, baby skunk, and baby possum or kitten.
Feral kitten.
Feral kitten. Okay, those will be
One
the
of those
three.
little hissy ones that you grab it and it spits at you.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, baby.
Sure. And it's like now you're
Sure, Jan.
domesticated. And now your name is Sybil.
You're
Shout out to an actual cat we rescued who's now called Sybil.
I know. And Sybil with an S.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, not Sybil with a C.
Okay, so listeners, think on this. Do you resonate with a coyote pup, a baby skunk, or a feral kitten?
The Latin name for a skunk is Mephitis mephitis. It means foul odor.
No. Mephitis.
Mephitis mephitis.
That reminds me of the readings that we've been doing. We got a really great question from one of our 8 listeners, Genevieve in Canada.
I can't believe we've exploded to 8.
I know. It's so crazy to be famous.
Side note, my sister said that she was listening to my sister who hasn't made our 8 listeners. My dear of flesh and blood and bone.
So we have 9.
9.
And now Kaylee and Kelsey, your sisters.
Yeah. And they count as 1.
They count as 1.
They're 9.
But like a juggernaut. That's like the best one. Okay, sorry.
She was listening like in the kitchen and my nieces came home and they like heard our voices and then they saw it on the Spotify and they were like, oh my God, Auntie Kiki is famous. She's famous.
Yeah.
And she is.
Yeah. It's so crazy.
This is our 25th episode.
It is. Congratulations to us.
What were you saying earlier? Quarter of a century.
Quarter of a century. A legacy.
All right, here is the message we got from Genevieve from Canada. A very good message about the tarot readings we are doing. Hey, Genevieve from Canada here. You guys are gold. I'm going to keep all the compliments in. You guys are gold. Literally look for your podcast every day and I've started listening while doing other things, which is a big deal.
Honored.
Is there any greater honor?
No.
I think that's better than a purple
heart. But actually, yeah, it is better than Purple Heart because we didn't have to go do murder for imperialism.
There you go. Excellent point, Hannah. I have to concentrate on your words and it's pure joy. I take a shot when you do to cleanse, which I fucking love.
I
like,
love that.
If we ever do like a big live show, I mean, we do it in our live shows. People take a shot with us, but I really love the idea of like a formal people who listen to the pod taking a shot because they get it. You know what I mean? An interesting thing is happening you might want to address. I love the readings for us listeners, but how do you feel about me picking a number 1, 2, or 3 and then just jumping ship to the one that actually nails it? Is that cheating, or did I just pick wrong? Love ya. Which is so cute to like assume it's on Genevieve and not on us.
Yeah, Genevieve, you fucked up. Try again, babe.
Well, you have to start the podcast over from the beginning and then pick correct. No, I think, well, and this, here, I'll read my response. Actually, I said, not cheating. I think you're being open to the message that is actually meant for you. And as listeners and tarot readers, we're still learning each other. So my guess is that we'll get more accurate the farther along we get in regards to the numbers. I was like, I think it's on us, babe.
Yeah, that's us.
I think that's us. But the numbers are really just the funny part. And we're just happy to connect however it happens. Thank you for letting us know you like the pod. It means the world, blah, blah, blah. Dickie and Hannah. So I think that it's okay to not pick a number and then see if one resonates for you as it comes along. Or if you're sort of like jumping ship to the other one, it's like, yeah, then that's the one.
Yeah.
Like, I think that feeling is what is actually the part, right? Where you're sort of like, oh, I feel connected to this.
Yeah.
Then that's what you follow. That's the sign. So it's like going backwards, like trust the feeling over the decision part of the brain. I would say go more with, what would you say, like a cup or wands kind of feeling than like a swords feeling,
Right. Your sort of intuition.
Yeah.
Because and this is kind of an opportunity, Tiki, for us to kind of talk to our sensibilities about tarot and our sort of philosophies on it. Because I personally believe that I think any sort of form of like being a medium or tapping into whatever you want to call it, I think that is something that is available to everyone. There are varying levels, volumes, gifts, but I do think that this is a thing where like it should be democratized, and it should be a thing that it's like we all have the potential to tap into a sort of deeper knowing.
You know, it's interesting to think that the readings are actually for the week ahead or the however long ahead. And so sometimes if it doesn't really make sense, like maybe none of them do, but you picked like baby skunk, then write down what it is and then come back in a week and see, oh, how did that make sense? You know, because I do think there's also a bit of interpretation that happens. Like you and I personally interpret the cards.
Yes.
But then other people, I want to start saying this at our live shows too, that we're not just going off of the objective interpretation, which we kind of do in our deep dives, but also the personal interpretation of how my mic is like so low. I'm like sinking into it as I'm like speaking so seriously to you. I didn't even realize my posture got all bad all of a sudden. I'm like, that's not me. I'm a ballerina.
You look like a little Picasso.
I was just melting. How wicked witch of me. But that you and I are putting always our own little personal spins on it. And so sometimes you can just take the cards yourself and like look them up and be like, oh, to me, this is what the hermit usually means for me. And you like learn over time as it comes that you're like, oh, actually, like I always interpret personally the hermit as like TV watching time. Like that's the little light that he's holding, his little lamp. For me, it is TV. It's the Vampire Diaries, baby. It glows on my face as I fall asleep. Going internal into my dreamscape.
Yum.
Me and Damon forever. Mrs. Salvatore.
You just making out with Ian Sohomalarmadammer in your mind palace, you little pervert.
Ian Slammerdammer.
Ian Slammerdammer is my celebrity crush.
Fresh out the Slammerdammer. Oh, so that's how I interpret the hermit, right? And now I will always interpret it with a little bit of Damon on it. But for other people, it could be like high school, or it could be the place in the library where you go, or just your office. It can mean even more to you, and find that personal interpretation. Because I also really think that the myriad of it should be considered, not just what we say as gospel.
Yes.
Yeah. In what you were saying of democratizing it. Like,
Yeah.
I definitely want our listeners to put their own spin on stuff. And then eventually I would love to hear that. And because I'm so curious in how other people personally attach to the cards.
Yeah.
Especially if they've been through breakups and relationship. I'm always like, well, what are your love cards? You know? Because some of them pop up a lot. Like how I personally love the death card.
Yeah.
Best boyfriend to
That's
me.
your boyfriend. Yeah, I feel like it's like tarot is a tool. And in my mind's eye, how I sort of like visualize this like it is a tool for divination, which is ultimately like looking for answers or guidance. And it's like casting a net or a line into, I kind of picture it like as like a river that's like flowing. And it's like, there's no one right way to fish. You can catch things and take things away that are impactful or empowering. And I don't really care how you get to that. So I don't know if I've said anything that makes sense, but that's just kind of how I like visualize. Like, I think we can all tap into it.
I love that image that you painted.
And then we all just kind of do it in our own ways. And maybe it's not right for everyone, but I think tarot is such a cool way to be present. It's just a good way to plant a little flag in a moment. And what you do with that is your business.
I love that. It's interesting too, because you and I read tarot so much. And I think maybe people assume that we see the cards and we sort of instantly know. And there are feelings attached to some of the cards. But to me, it is like a magic eye where it takes a second to kind of coalesce. And I think the listeners can hear us like talk back and forth, be like, oh yeah, maybe it's this. And like kind of put the pieces together and see how they fit. But that it is to me sometimes like both in the short term and the long term, like trying to see through a dream in a way. And the feeling of when you're at a party and you're sort of like walking and you don't really know where you're going to land.
Yeah.
Like there is this sort of like, you see them and then the cards start to make sense. And sometimes that process takes a lot longer than just reading the cards. Like sometimes a couple days later, I'm like, oh, actually, I think it was this, you know? And that's why it's so good to write them down and kind of come back and look at them, because then the meanings get deeper and deeper.
Yeah. I think it's amazing how it can be sort of imperfect and messy.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually really empowering.
Because it's reflecting us.
Yeah.
Right? I also just love the like party trick of it all too, where it's just such a great way to get vulnerable and talk about something that matters. Which is why when we have guests, I love that it's like, yeah, we're talking about important shit.
Yeah.
And that's what's so fun about it, is it really is like no small talk, I think. What's troubling you?
Yeah.
What do you need guidance on? What's happening? What's the big shit, you know? Tarot's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
It's also Wiccan.
Yeah. Also that.
Also that.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
You know what's funny is we've had a lot more animals show up in our lives ever since we started doing the podcast. Or maybe we just noticed them more.
Maybe we've just noticed them more. I don't know. I've always
We really haven't had coyotes sleeping on our deck though.
That is a first. But yeah, they've always kind of been around. I can't remember when it was, but I remember I was having a big animal day, and Charlene de Guzman like responded to my stories and was talking about how they were like, she's like, I feel like this is like they're trying to tell you something. It was the same day that a lizard was in my room. I mean, there's been a lizard in my room like quite a few times, but the lizard that shed its skin, I have this like, not an altar, but like I have like a little picture of like my grandma with like some flowers and stuff. And there's a lizard in my room and it shed its skin right in front of her picture. And it was really creepy.
It's like literally a ghost of itself.
Yeah. It's like, okay.
And is that not what we do when we pass along
Right.
to the other world, right?
Right.
We shed our skin in a weird way. Leave the husk behind for everyone else to deal with. Wrap it on up, toss it out the window.
Also, we should talk about this more, but we've talked to a woman named Carolyn Swift, who is a really cool medium and spirit guide.
Yeah, and you could book her online. What is it guiding?
The Guiding Circle.
The Guiding Circle.
And she told me one of my spirit guides is Saint Francis of Assisi, who proselytized to the animals. And that I love that.
Yeah. St. Francis of Assisi was the statue in front of the church of my elementary school.
Cute.
Loved. Had all the little baby animals and stuff. We've seen bunnies around here too.
Bunnies, bobcats, hawks, lizards. Everybody's in LA.
We saw two people fucking in a SUV once.
Oh yeah. Because we have an overlook, so there's a lot of like teens doing whippets and like fucking in cars.
Yeah, I was like getting in an Uber, and this woman was having sex with, I'm sure, the love of her life.
They're still together now.
Yeah, talk about sleeping mouse. This beautiful young couple. Anyways, she was like basically riding him in the front passenger seat, and they had opened the moonroof because they needed more room. But when I came up, what that meant was I saw her little ponytail bouncing in and out of the roof. And it was one of those things where I was like trying to respect their privacy, even though it was full daylight. It was like 4:30 p.m.
After school.
I was like, carry on.
Sorry. You're just after school.
Do your thing.
Do your thing.
As you were. Which is going to be funny now that you and I have decided not to segue to other news, but we've decided to throw our Jardy on our deck. So that will disrupt the animal kingdom for a second.
Or they're going to come out and get some snacks that night.
Yeah, actually, I do think that they party after we party.
They do. Remember, literally, we turned on the lights because we heard someone rustling through our trash, and it was literally a raccoon holding a beer.
I literally saw a raccoon holding an empty Michelob Ultra bottle.
Get out of here!
And I literally, because I turned the lights on thinking it was a person or something, and it looked like a person. Like the way he was standing, like legs apart, had his arms kind of to like either side, and he's just holding a beer in one, like with the label out, like it was a commercial.
He got caught.
I was like, damn, dude. And then they truly were like, scatter, and like threw it and ran. But that shocked me more than anything, especially because a raccoon and I are the same size. Hannah sent me a TikTok about having a short friend in your life. It's this little like doll running around in a game or whatever, going up and down the stairs. And now I'm obsessed with the fact that people can see the top of my head. Like I've never considered, I view the world through my eyes, and I assume everyone else does too. And there's no tops of the heads in my world. I've never seen a top of my head in my life, unless it was a little child. But now I'm walking around, everyone's seeing the top of my head.
Yep.
What in the hell? What in the goddamn hell? Seeing my part?
But your part is good.
I know.
Dickie has good hair.
But it's a part of my hair. It's a piece of me that I've never seen.
Well, maybe it's just none of your business. Maybe that's for us to know.
I guess that's for other people.
That's for me to know.
Wow. I got to think on it some more. It's for Hannah.
That's for me.
Damn, people seeing tops of heads. All right. All right. Nothing to see here other than the tops of my heads. Yeah, definitely cleanse the mics here. Hannah's cleansing the space.
Sage.
Which is good. Get it.
Cleanse the deck.
And then if you're Genevieve at home or one of our other 8 listeners, get ready to take a shot with us. This is going to be funny. Last time, we normally take Fireball. Last time we did tequila. We, of course, still haven't gotten Fireball. Right. And so now, but we're out of tequila. So now we're on to our third.
This thing's burning.
Oh, sorry. I just spilled it. Fire magic for a fire moon. Magic. We're talking about how it's going to be a full moon in Sagittarius. And so you're supposed to do fire magic at that time.
Oh, yeah.
And you and I just did it.
We just fucking did it.
Just fucking did it, dude. We're taking vodka shots. So I wonder what the tone of this. Our tequila show is a little wild, and now our vodka show is going to be what? Little mopey, maybe?
We gonna see.
Little sit on the couch and connect.
I feel like whiskey. Is whiskey mopier than vodka?
Yeah, it is. I feel like vodka is like kind of a cleaner, like, like you kind of have like a vodka Red Bull.
Yeah.
Or like a vodka soda. I feel like vodka's more like, I'm just getting the job done.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's just get drunk.
Yeah.
Straight like a martini, right?
Mm.
Wow. All right, Han.
All right, here we go.
From the womb to the tomb. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, it hits you late.
Yeah.
Vodka's a little different because it comes back around.
She fights dirty.
Yeah. She like opens the door again and is like, hey, did I leave my purse in here? Oh my God. Is my phone over here? Sorry. I already said goodbye. You don't have to get up. You don't have to get up. Yeah. Okay. It's
bitter beer face.
Bitter beer face. Yeah. When it's in like your molars a little bit. Whew. Okay. Well, I feel pretty clean.
Yeah, I feel okay. And I kind of feel like Wow.
Kind of feel like what?
Rejuvenated.
Oh shit. Reborn?
Like
Maybe she's reborn with it. Maybe she's reborn with it.
I imagine this is kind of what it feels when the first time you get hit at Fight Club.
Oh, that
You're
it's
just like, oh God. Oh. And I'm Samantha Jones in Fight Club. Oh. He had the funkiest tasting spunk I've ever tasted. Oh, you've never been in a Fight Club. You have to. This
Damn.
Tyler Durden. I got tag teamed by both Tyler Durdens.
Soap. Chic. I love the idea of crossing over the Sex and the City ladies with Fight Club.
Yeah.
Like Miranda, like actually probably being really good at it, but like fighting like no shirt,
Yeah.
no bra.
And I also feel like Charlotte would also be good at it.
Oh, I think they'd all be good at it.
Except for Carrie.
Except for Carrie. That's what I was going to say. Someone takes Carrie's MacBook and just smacks it over her head and she's like, done. Absolutely. She was done before she came in because she was sad about any one of her breakups.
Yeah.
She was already beaten. She was a beaten woman.
She's a beaten woman.
But yeah, and then Charlotte probably pops in when Carrie gets hit. Mm-hmm. And then she's just like down to the ground, just like won't stop. You got to pull her off. And she's like all four limbs. Mm-hmm. She's scratching.
Yeah. She's like wearing like all of her like fancy jewelry like taped up.
Yeah.
Like she's fighting. She's just like.
She's got like a really slick but thick ponytail.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Fuck yeah. Okay, we should write that.
Well, let's get staffed. Okay, let's write Sex in the City. None of our listeners can do that. We are running to the Writers Guild.
So here's what we're gonna do: is we're gonna get step 1, get staffed.
Step 1,
Step 2, write a script that doesn't have anything to do with the show that we're staffed on.
No, it's for a movie too, by the way.
Write our feature.
Step 3, run to the Writers Guild and let them know that it's ours and that we copyright it. You just shout it at the doors at the Writers Guild.
Mm-hmm. And then it's like on the blacklist. And then it's on the blacklist. And then we're also staffed on some other show. And that, as they say, is history.
And that's all, folks.
Porky Pig.
Porky Pig. Any news before we jump into blessings and curses?
No, not for me. What about you?
I got more songs from Lone Star, but that's not much to discuss. Just my hot girl playlist continues to grow.
Okay.
And there's no meaning in it. I'm sure he's just a song.
Is he just trying every genre until you text him back? Maybe. Until he finds the right one where you're like, holy moly, I love this guy.
I think he just genuinely thinks I'll like the song.
Yeah.
I think he goes, this is Dickie's vibe and she likes this song. But what's crazy is they're all completely outside of my purview.
So he's wrong, but maybe not.
Well, I'm kind of obsessed. Like, what is the Dickie in his head? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Who
what
is she?
And it's my fault. What did I present? What smokes and mirrors?
No, I don't know. I think
What
that's like
smokes?
a Genevieve in Canada situation where she's like, did I do? And it's like, nope, that's us. I think that's on him. I think that's on him.
Well, and we move on.
Bless his heart.
Speaking of blessing his heart, good one, Hannah.
Thanks.
It's time for blessings. I like how you can harmonize and I can't. Speaking of why I'm bad with music and songs, I'm like blessings, and you have an angelic,
angelic voice. Blessings.
Hi. I need to bless my butt ugly bangs that I cut, but I'm not going to. I cut my bangs this morning and I was like, looked at Hannah. I was like, I think this is bad. And Hannah looked back at me. Was like, there's a little calicky part. And I was like holding the piece. I was like, this piece, I know. I've been feeling butt ugly all day. So busted. I did it to myself. Just did this to myself. Anyways, I want to bless a moment of pride and wonderment that I'm trying to keep in the forethought of my mind. And we experienced this together, Han. So I'm glad it will also be sort of like kept forever in the treasure box that is the Tarot Show podcast for you and I. I'm sure my grandchildren, not my grandchildren, but my grandnieces, my grandnephews, my grand little cats, my grand feral coyote pups will listen to after the world is gone and they like found a way to keep this alive. And also too, in the anxiety of like work and stuff, I've been kind of like going back to this moment and being like, remember, it's okay. And it's when you, me, Rocky and Mercedes went to Disneyland together.
Yeah.
That was Rocky and Mercedes, right? It was both of them. Wasn't just or was it just Rocky?
I think it was just Rocky.
It was just Rocky.
My brother.
Yeah. It was just the three of us.
Yeah.
In my mind, Mercedes is there.
She's always there. She's always with us. We love her so much.
I know. We love her so much. It's so funny in my brain, like, just put her in. It's like, she belongs.
She does.
I edited it. I was like, it needs one more character. Anyways, when we were on Splash Mountain, and Rocky sat in the front, then you behind, then me in the back. And as we went, we crested over the large drop. And we're screaming and we're so happy. And then we immediately plummet and his ball cap flew off his head. And I caught it.
Yeah.
I caught it in the air as we were dropping. And it was the easiest thing in the world. It wasn't even like, it was like I get Spider-Man. Do you know what I mean? It just like, I just like saw it and I just reached out and plucked it out of the sky.
Because it went over me.
Yes.
So you didn't, it was not like you were right behind him and you saw it.
Right.
It went off his head. It went over me and you just went.
And I caught it.
Yeah. That rocked.
It's in the picture, I think. A little bit. Or it's like about to happen or whatever.
It's about to happen. We'll post that picture. We'll post that picture
just know
also on
that
Instagram.
Moment.
We were posing too. We were doing a little funny thing.
That's why it flew off.
Right.
I think. Yes. Because we were all posing. And from my pose, I grabbed it. Like a hand on the Ace of Pentacles tarot cup or whatever. Do you know what tarot cup?
Out of a cloud.
Yes, out of a cloud. Just snatched it. And I just try to think of that moment sometimes where I'm like, it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like when bad stuff happens, you just kind of like let the body take over. Don't have to think about it. You can't anticipate it.
No.
It'll just happen.
Yeah.
So I want to bless that moment because I was thinking about it a lot. And I was like, Dickie, you're fine. And maybe superhuman.
Yeah. That was so impressive. And that was also such a great day.
It was the best day.
It was the best day. It was like our grandma had died. Who? The lizard skin shedding. But our grandma raised us for large chunks of our childhood. So it was really tough when she passed away. And he came down to visit, and Dickie very kindly took us to Disneyland for free.
Yeah, another great moment.
And Rocky, I mean, I was touched, but like Rocky was so touched because we were just like, let's just be kids. Let's have fun. Like grandma would want us to just like go fuck around in Disneyland. And Dickie took us and
I got to do my favorite little like devilish Joker thing, which is like, let's tell him in the parking lot that it'll be for free.
Yes, he had no idea. And then
because I get to do it for work. It's like one of the perks for working at Disney is I can bring some people into Disneyland on special days. And we were able to make it happen.
Yeah.
So in the parking lot, we were in the car and we were like, and by the way, it's going to be free. And he's like, what?
I think he damn near cried.
He damn near cried.
Yeah.
He did damn near cry.
Yeah.
And then we went. So then it's like even better when you get a Disneyland day and it's like fucking free.
Yeah.
And we were having champagne and California Adventure.
Yeah. It rocked. It rocked ass.
Yeah. Anyways, so I got that ball cap. Saw the tops of everybody's heads for once.
Right. That was crazy. You just
I remember
that thing.
I remember the feeling of it. It was as if I've lived this life 100 times and I've practiced it. Do you know what I mean? It was just like yoink. I went, I'll grab that.
It was so cool.
It wasn't even like I didn't do it fast. It's so weird. It was like my hand was already in the spot.
Creepy.
So I'm just going to try to trust whatever that was.
Yeah, that's real.
All right. And now I light my little candle.
Also, R.I.P. Splash Mountain. Even though it's going to be the same. It's going to be Princess and the Frog.
I prefer the racist version. Just kidding. I haven't even experienced the other one. Like, give me back that fat bear caught in a rope. with a big bum hanging down.
Right.
Yeah, it always kind of freaked me out.
Yeah, it was too scary. And like the fox is scary. It's not nice. I'm stoked because it'll be the same ride.
It'll be the same,
right?
ride.
But it'll be Princess and the Frog.
I actually think it might be a little bit better.
Yeah, but I mean like the ride itself, like because how much can you really do to the bones of like
I think they might be doing a little bit on the inside.
oh hell yeah.
Not a ton, but just like a little bit of restructuring. Like I don't know if you'll do that same curve around because they're gonna tear a lot of that out. But I do think it's the same like
drop
and stuff.
okay.
Yeah.
So we have the drop and it's gonna be Princess and the Frog. I think that actually rocks.
And it'll be better music, like Zippity Doo Dah. Like
Yeah, it's kind of lame.
it's kind and it's also a little bit of an earworm, but not quite.
Yeah.
So it's menacing.
Let's get Princess Tiana up in this bitch.
Let's get some fun shit happening in there.
I love it. Also, it's like she's a princess and before she's a waitress, and you know I love that.
Yeah. And you love frogs.
And I do love frogs.
You love frogs.
So, okay.
All right, new favorite ride. Han, do you have a blessing?
Yeah. I would like to bless flowers. I mean, come on. They give us beauty. They give us scent.
They give us scent.
They give us scent. It's something that you can enjoy for free. It's like the kind of like the beauty and almost like luxury that you don't have to like earn. It's flowers are really cool.
They're actually so crazy. They're like delicate.
Yeah.
And that you can cut them and they're like dead, but then they live on a little bit.
Yeah.
If you just put them in water.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You can dry them. You can press them.
You can use them in spells.
You can use them in spells.
Do you have a favorite flower?
Grow them. I think I have a few. I love a good lily.
Love a lily.
I love gardenias for the scent.
Ooh, yeah.
I love jasmine for the scent.
Yeah. I'm one of those people who walks by jasmine and I go loudly,
Yeah.
Jasmine.
Jasmine.
That's jasmine.
And that's jasmine. I love wildflower. I like poppies.
Yeah.
And I really like irises.
Yeah.
And I think an underrated flower is gladiola.
Ooh.
And that's something you can pick up at Trader Joe's, get a few different colors of gladiolas, pop that in a vase, and that's amore. That's so chic.
And that's life.
And that's life, that's all people say. Anyway, like flowers are just like cool.
They are really cool.
And,
Did I ever tell you about when I was in my like sort of manic pixie late 20s era and I was dating writer actor? Mm-hmm. My most famous of my exes, unfortunately. Unfortunately. How he had asked me what my favorite flowers were and I said wildflowers. And he wanted to, and I meant it. I was like, wildflowers. And then he was like, told me that later. He was like, he was planning to get me a bouquet. And he was like, God damn, am I going to have to go on the side of the highway and pick up some damn flowers for this crazy lady?
And it's so funny because he is bougie. He just wanted you to say like stargazer lilies or like dahlias.
Yeah. And then he would just go to a flower place and get them. But yeah, I was like, wildflowers. He was like, okay, I think I have to park on the 405 and like rustle around in some knee-high fucking foliage. Just kind of throw them in the car. I love that you blessed flowers.
They deserve their flowers.
Wow, flowers getting their flowers.
Flowers finally getting their flowers. Also, I love the character Flower from Bambi.
Yes.
We love him. And I like getting flowers. Like people are like, they just die. I don't want them. Like, give me a real present. I'm like, bitch, give me both.
Also, Fozzie Bear gives you flowers after you fight.
He does. He started a couple times.
I know. And I'm always like, that's incredible.
I know. I like that.
Do you think he does it because he knows you like flowers? Or is it just kind of a happy coincidence? Like you just meant for MFEO?
I think it is a bit of a happy coincidence. I mean, he knows that I like them, but I think it's the gesture is nice, you know, and a kind of like, I'm sorry. And also here is like a token of like my love and like, you know what I mean? I really like it. Makes me feel nice. And also just like, he listens. So I don't want him to get a big head about it, but like the bar is so low, and like I've never, and like, you know, my last serious boyfriend before was so fucking cheap.
Yeah.
He would never do anything like that. And it's just nice. It's like, oh, you give a fuck about me.
Yeah.
Like, not about like money per se, but it's like you took the time.
Yeah.
You feel bad because we had a fight. You went, you bought the, like, you know, it's just like the consideration.
There's something also nice about just like buying into like the dating of it all. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is part of it. Like it's like romance, right? Like,
yeah.
romance is a luxury. You don't have to have it, but isn't that the point?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, okay, be cheap, don't buy flowers, but then the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah, exactly. And too, just I think for a long time I was like, cool girl, like I don't give a shit about that. And it's like I don't, but at the same time,
It matters.
it does kind of matter. And it's like nice that you want to do that. You want to make an effort.
Yeah, because it says that you matter,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And I also love buying into the trope of it too. It's the same thing with like, yeah, candlelit dinner. Like you might think it's cheesy, but it's tried. It's true.
yeah.
Like asking for hands in marriages and stuff. It's like maybe not as like patriarchal as that, but like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the customs of things
Yes.
I think are cool.
And also just because something maybe is rooted in something that's sort of problematic or lame, or like it just sucks to be like, oh, because I'm cool, I don't get to do stuff.
Yeah.
What? Like I feel that way kind of like about like weddings and the institution of marriage too. Like
Yeah.
I don't really agree with marriage and in a lot of ways, but at the same time it's like, damn, these people, these Republicans are getting married and they get to have a big party and celebrate each other's love.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, okay, I don't want to do it like that, but I want to have a party.
And you can.
I want to have a party with everyone I love.
A wedding,
like-
a wedding jardy.
Yeah, I would have a jardy wedding. That'd be so funny.
A jetting.
A jetting.
Just because I'm cool, I don't get to do stuff.
Right? Like, cool. Great.
Yeah. Because you famously love to do stuff.
I love to do stuff.
Yeah.
And also, I didn't get a regular family.
Yeah.
So I didn't. Sometimes I just want some regular stuff because it seems nice.
You deserve it, Anne.
Thanks, Dickles.
You really do. And I think you're getting it. You are. I'm watching you get flowers.
Yeah.
I'm watching
Yeah. We'll see.
you get
He's
your flowers.
He's getting my flowers. I don't know. I love Fozzie Bear to pieces, but I don't know if he's like a wedding guy.
Oh, that's okay. You figure that out. There's a trade-off to be made somewhere. I'm a Cap Rising. I can figure it out for you.
Okay.
We'll find a way. Even if he's not there.
Well, also, it might not be him.
Well, it might not be him. Also, I know that guy's got FOMO big time. And if we just did it without him,
I mean,
then I think he'd show up.
that he would show up and say something.
Well, and I'm not a big wedding girly. I remember telling my mom that I wasn't going to have a bridal shower after both my sisters had bridal showers that she hosted, and the hurt in her eyes. Mm-hmm. She was very, very upset. But I was sort of like, I just didn't want to do like the thing, you know?
Yeah.
But now I kind of realized, yeah, it's not really for me. It's more for her.
Right. And also, there's like always a way to do it that is
Yeah.
fun,
Yeah.
authentic. It doesn't have to be like
Yeah.
princess ball gown, white dress.
No, it
like,
can be you.
Yeah, I would do a courthouse thing and then like have a giant barbecue or something.
Yeah, I love that.
You know what I mean? Or like I love Faith Hill and Tim McGraw. They had a surprise wedding. It was a barbecue.
Yes.
I love that shit.
I definitely think you could do that. Although I guess you guys are going to do it on the pickleball court. So chic.
Also, this feels so insane. I'm realizing. I just realized because I forgot that we're doing a podcast right now.
We were just livin,
Dude,
living.
So exposed.
Well, we could actually, I literally can cut this all out.
No. I mean, like, it's funny, but I also don't give a real shit.
Wait, what part do you feel exposed about? The wedding
Just
stuff?
like, just being like, just admitting that's something that I might want is so cringe. And also, like, I've been dating this man for a year. I'm sure he's, in this moment, he's listening to it, like, maybe in his car or whatever. It's mortifying. But also, like, guess what? This is what loving and dating me is. And if he doesn't like this, then Claudio, I'm sorry.
You said his real name for the first time.
Sorry, Fozzie. This is who you're with.
Well, also, Hannah, I hate to break it to you, but I don't think it was that much of a secret.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you do love parties. You know what I mean? Like, you do love him. Like, they're just sort of natural things that, like, it's okay to want those things. It's okay to make him listen to it in his car. That's also okay.
I wish you could release a podcast like just close friends.
Oh my God. If we could do tarot show like Green Circle.
Just girlies only. Green Circle girlies and just not
Girlies and Brett.
girlies and Brett. Shout out to one of our 8 listeners, Brett, who knows exactly how radio works. That guy's brain is so foldy and gray. We
His
love
whole brain
Brett.
goes so crazy.
His whole brain go crazy.
My sister said whole brain go crazy. Kaylee said whole brain go crazy when we were hanging out last weekend. Oh, also, I should have updated the listeners. My sisters and I watched so much Vampire Diaries over the weekend. And now my dad's all caught up on Vampire Diaries and he hates it. Hates it. Hates it. He could not. He goes, there's only 2 storylines. I kill you. I love you. Like, yeah, that's an accurate assessment.
Yeah.
And you just sort of reach in a bag and see which one you've got, you know? Like the lottery. You either get a white stone or a black stone. Anyways, well, I'm glad that you got exposed. I love that when that happens, Anne.
I mean, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
It's so embarrassing, but guess what? I'm a human.
And I bet there's some people out there that feel the same way.
Yeah. I think especially when you grow up and you don't get a lot of the like regular sort of like milestone things or
Yeah.
whatever, you know, like I remember being so sad because like I didn't get like a graduation party and I like went to my friends and like all her family was there and I just like came home and like no one really cared, like that kind of shit. And it's like I know I shouldn't care because it's superficial, but
I'm also thinking about now all the Christmases you spent at my house.
yeah, and like not
And Thanksgivings.
yeah, and just like for a long time like not like your family, that's the only time I've like opened a Christmas present. You know, in like
That got a
years and
visceral
years.
reaction out of me.
I mean, I got Christmas presents like as a kid growing up at my house, like
I know,
yeah.
but
like, you know, in my adult life, like, you know, it's silly, but at the same time, I think you don't, but I think some people take that stuff for granted with their families.
yeah. And I do from time to time. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
get so used to it.
And who wouldn't?
Right.
We're humans.
And
but-
that's the place you almost want to, that's what you would want to give your kids.
Yes.
You know, and I do think my parents go out of their way to make that happen. Like that's a very important, that's like what they're trying to do.
yeah.
It's so fun. How about my mom making you a fucking stocking?
I know. I
Damn,
was
Jen.
stocking at the Copen house. I know. I love your mom so much.
Yeah. I wonder, I challenge the listeners to think about a thing they don't admit that they want. Because what is that?
That makes me want to cry.
Wouldn't that be such a cool thing?
Yeah.
If all these people sort of admitted a thing that they really do want.
Yeah.
Like, what's the thing you know what I want that I never admit? A damn boyfriend. I keep kicking men away like they're
Yeah.
little Chucky dolls. I said,
Right.
kick
And
them
they
away.
are, they are little, because they do mean to do you harm.
Yeah. I'm sort of realizing you see the top of Chucky's head. I would get to see the top of a head. Maybe that's the thing I want. I want to see my own. Like, it's like when women look at their vaginas with a mirror.
Oh my God.
But you put it on the top of
Yeah,
your
look at their own crown. Yeah. I want a boyfriend.
I want a boyfriend. I would
Your
love to
your
have.
fellow Cancer.
Yeah.
Selena Gomez.
Yes.
I want a boyfriend.
I want a boyfriend.
They're annoying, but sometimes really cool.
Yeah, I do think boyfriends are annoying, but also very cool.
Yeah.
You know what I really want? I've had this as a blessing in my blessing, and I've obviously never said it because I don't want to admit that I want it. Mm-hmm. But I've had on my little blessings list when you go to Disneyland with a boy.
Oh.
Because that's my favorite thing, and I haven't gotten to do that since 2019. 5 years. Mm-hmm. And I get to go to Disneyland for free. We go all the fucking time. So we've been like 40 times.
Right.
No boyfriend. Ugh, me holding no one's hand. Ugh, me not sharing any cotton candy. Ugh, me taking pics of everybody else and myself, but like alone.
Well, it stops now.
It stops now. I love going to Disneyland with a boyfriend.
Yeah. I feel like it's like getting a boyfriend is not the hard part. Getting a boyfriend you actually like, that's where it gets
And that's my
a
problem.
little tricky.
Yeah, exactly. And I've refused to ever date someone I don't really like again, you know?
Yeah, that's a good start.
Thanks.
Yeah, don't fucking do that.
Okay.
Again. But
Talk
also-
about forgetting
but
that you're on a podcast. I'm literally just staring out the window, like just slipping into my moment of purview.
But also JK, like I dated someone I didn't like. a few times.
Yeah. And honestly, I really have liked all of them. It's just like they weren't right for certain reasons.
Yeah, they just weren't your guy.
Yeah, you know? And like I can't imagine what it would feel like to be with someone that you're like, this is it. Mm-hmm. Like I've never really wanted to marry any of them, even though I really liked them. I loved them a lot, but I was never like, oh, I think, you know, where you can like see the future or whatever.
Yeah.
I was just partying in the present,
Yeah.
which was cool, but I don't know. It's weird. Anyways, you gotta light your candle, hand. Here, I'll give you the little lighter.
Okay, vodka's a different
Wow, I
tenor.
was just gonna say the vodka did do the thing.
It did the thing.
We got Angela Bassett did the thing. Angela Vodka did the thing. Well, like Belvedere Vodka did the thing. I like Belvedere. I like it a little bit better than Grey Goose.
I agree.
And now it's time for a contemplative curse. Yeah, this is when Hannah was talking about how she wants a wedding. This is what her brain was doing.
So I'm gonna pay for this one. I feel like listeners, stay tuned.
You're gonna pay $60K for that one.
No, I'm gonna get in a fight with my boyfriend and or dumped. Next week I might be single.
No way.
I don't know. I don't think
No
he's gonna like
way.
it. I don't think he's gonna like it.
I'd rather. Well, then let's cut it out. I'm serious. I'm not gonna
But
let
if
you
he
get
doesn't like it, then he doesn't like me. And it's my fight.
the way.
That's my fight.
the way you said it. And if he doesn't like it, then he doesn't like me.
Let the boy watch.
Let the boy watch my plums. Wow, what a deep cut. Listeners, do yourself a favor and search Will Ferrell bloopers. Let the boy watch.
Well, he's bound down for his.
He's talking about having sex. His son came in the door and he said, let the boy watch. And we say it all the time.
Yeah.
We say it all the time. Like when Hannah thinks she's going to get dumped, we say, let the boy watch.
Dude, it's like
I don't
around
think.
the corner.
I don't. If he dumped you for that reason, I'd have to stomp on his C4 vertebra and destroy his tennis playing aspirations.
Oh my God, he could never climb again.
He could never
He can
climb
never
again.
go rock climbing again.
No, I'll be seeing the top of his head under my boot. But we'll give this one a little listen before we post it. On to curses. What do you think it would sound like if a goat ran by? That was a fast goat. Let's do a slow goat. That one was still fast too. Hold on, I'm gonna do a slower goat. Isn't that so stupid?
That was really good.
Wait, say that was stupid the way you like to say stupid.
Stupid. That was I think that was a blessing from a live show we did.
It was?
When you make a Mexican girl laugh. Like when you tell a really funny joke and a Mexican girl likes it and she's like, stupid. That's like a whole stadium applause. That's when you know you've made it and you're funny.
Yeah, and sometimes you say it when I say something really funny.
Stupid. Yeah.
That also was from our first live show that Fozzie Bear came to.
Oh yeah.
I remember he was in the audience, and you were completely normal about it. What a funny little vodka show.
Vodka show. Okay. Curses. I'll go. Cursing. I want to curse when people use the word female as a noun when describing humans.
I don't know. Humans.
Yeah. Or women.
Right.
When someone says like, I don't like when a female does this, or like, why do female? That is to me my ears perk. I start to like. I'm like, we're in danger. We're in the danger zone. This person doesn't like women.
It's also got like kind of a turfy hue to it, doesn't it?
Yes, it's not good.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
It is spooky.
It's spooky.
It's like reductive.
Yes.
In a weird way.
Yes.
Yeah, especially when it's like you're talking about like your friends, and it's like, yeah, well, don't yell at the females. Like that was in Summer House, right? Like Kyle was like, you keep yelling at the females.
Yes.
I do think there was maybe a point where people were like kind of being a little funny with it or whatever. But like in this day and age, when also we're just like being more thoughtful with our terms in general.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good one. Like female is like, ugh.
No, it's spooky, scary.
Men becoming wolves.
Spooky,
scary skeleton. Mm-hmm. Wow. That's a really good curse.
So it's time for that to stop.
Female body inspector.
Well, that can stay.
Female body inspector.
I'm going to get that shirt.
You got to get that shirt. That's really cute, actually. But you should cover it up and say women body
inspector. I work at the
WBI.
Flash a badge. Flash a tit. I work at the WBI.
Yeah. I'm inspecting my own women's bodies.
With a little mirror, like in fried green tomatoes. Dickie looking at her own part.
I was going to say, that's me being a WBI.
Women body inspectors.
Just looking at the top of my head like it's a vagina. And being like, oh my God. Like a woman in the 50s. There's power in there. Hannah has blown out the candle to curse people who say females.
Yeah, don't say that.
Or you're scaring us.
You're scaring me.
It is red flag.
It's a red flag.
I would like to curse. Ooh, a thing that makes me mad. And honestly, a thing you've seen me do. Speaking of coming to my house and, becoming an extended member of the immediate family. Mm-hmm. Getting in there like closer than cousin, you know what I mean? So you've seen me at some of my worst. But I'm going to curse this because it makes me so angry. And it's the only time I lose my shit in my family house. And it's when people put the brie back in the fridge. You fucking animals. Well, great. Now we can't eat it for another fucking day because it has to come back out and soften up again.
Yeah, you need the room temp.
And
room temp brie.
I'm very specific about how I like my brie. It needs to be a creamy consistency.
Right.
And I don't like it. Look, people are always trying to pass off recently out of the fridge brie to me because I've gotten angry. Mm-hmm. And I don't like it. And it's just that thing. It's like I think because it takes like the whole night, know? And then when someone's like, we're not going to eat this and throws it back in the fridge. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I was going to eat that. I was going to eat that.
Just leave it out.
And I get a real hankering for brie. And my nieces have it too. Even the baby niece. Mm-hmm. Obsessed with brie. And Liara's my dog. She's my brie. She's my partner in brie. We're female brie inspectors. F brie. F brie.
F brie. Freeze.
F brie I-E. Which is how you spell brie. Female brie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're brie inspectors. And so I just thought I would curse that. So
yeah,
if you have a friend that enjoys brie as well and you see it out, just leave it alone.
Just leave it out. And then at the end of the night, when everyone's going to bed, that's when you can put it back in the fridge.
Yeah. Yeah. Although I have woken up in the middle of the night and been mad about that too.
Oh shit. Okay.
You're never safe, but that's okay. That I understand.
Right.
But I went to bed. I relinquished it.
Okay. Then I guess it's just leave the brie alone. I think ultimately just leave the brie alone.
Is the brie worth watching me stomp around in mad dad mode?
No.
No. Scaring everybody? Jumping in a pool all mad?
No. I don't like that.
Having to swim it off.
Triggered.
I don't behave badly often, but when I do.
It's still very elegant.
True.
I will say.
Thank you. You know,
It's a refined. It's refined.
and it's a trigger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Walking over to a fruit bowl, expecting to see some brie.
What?
What?
What the?
Well, where did it? Then you open the fridge. It's in the fucking cheese drawer. Also, why you put it in the fucking cheese drawer?
Don't do that. Don't do that. And you didn't even leave out any of the Jarlsberg.
Yeah, where's my J-Berg? Where's my Jarlsberg? I got a whole box of wheat thins over here. What is that saying? Like, I came here to eat Jarlsberg and wheat thin little sandwiches that I make and kick ass. And I'm all out of Jarlsberg. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, that's really good.
Thank you, Anna.
And I'm all out of Jarlsberg.
Well, you didn't say stupid, so I know it wasn't that good.
Stupid. It is stupid or dumb.
Dumb is cute.
Dumb. It's when the Chicano girls really tell you you're stupid and dumb.
Yeah.
And then laugh. There's no greater high.
Did I ever tell you about how in high school a girl like that took me under her wing and we became friends, and she took me to her older brother's party where everyone was doing Nas.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I had my first Jello shot. She was so cool.
All right, because you were in Orange County.
Yeah.
And that was like a Santa Ana party.
It was in Santa Ana.
Yeah.
And we like slept in like her bed, like looking up at the ceiling and stuff, and she was so funny. And then yeah, we were always hanging out at like houses where like people that were like 18 were living. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
In Orange County. And at the time, I didn't really think anything of it. But now looking back, I'm sort of like, what were these kids doing in full houses?
Right.
But they were little party houses. What a life.
What a life.
It was so fun to be in the back of that car. Damn, that ruled. Just a brief summer though.
Yeah.
Then I went to college and never saw her again.
Damn. Wonder where she is. I bet she wouldn't put the brie in the fridge.
No, she wouldn't. Also, I wish we had Nas at the Jardy. That shit ruled. It was a big old tank, and people would like take. It was cool. Anyways, I'm sad we can't do it.
Yeah.
How funny would that be though? If like if people came to the Jardy and they're like, they have nitrous oxide here. Like Dickie's from Orange County. She went to school in Santa Ana.
Santa Ana.
Modern day was in Santa Ana. Anyways, we've done blessings. We've done curses.
Gotta blow out your candle.
I do have to blow out my candle. Cursing people putting the brie away. How dare they try to save something
Don't do that.
that's destined to be eaten anyways. We were talking during the break about, I might cut out the break. Maybe no one will know we took a break, but about how fun vodka shows are.
Yeah. Welcome to our first vodka show. I'm kind of loving it.
We might be doing this for the live show. A little clean, like nitrous oxide. It's a clean little high brain drunk. So we're like, whoa. Burns clean.
It burns clean.
That fancy gas. 89.
In the same way that I'm like terrified of like Fuzzy Bear not wanting me anymore because I'm too much. If the listeners don't like of us on a vodka show, then they don't like us at all. And so, you know, it's like Marilyn Monroe. If he doesn't, what did she say?
I think we need to take a break.
No. If he doesn't love me at my worst, he doesn't deserve me at my best.
Oh, yes.
Or
That
whatever.
that little gem.
Yeah. So it's like if you don't like us at our vodka show, then you don't deserve us when we have Fireball.
I love that little meme. What was I going to say?
You guys, are we too crazy?
Oh, I know. That's what I was going to say.
Oh.
Is that I thought when you were saying if the listeners don't like us, I thought you were going to be like, well, then they could go kick rocks and they can turn it off. And then you were like, you said something nice instead. It's like, then we weren't really meant for each other, and at least they saw us.
And they can then go kick rocks.
Like, I still need to I need to take the lesson to heart, because I thought you were gonna be like, well, then they can fucking eat butts.
well, also that.
Also,
'Cause I'm not saying I'm going to change.
Yeah. Eat female butt.
Eat female butt for once.
Eat a woman's butt.
That's so powerful. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Are we too crazy? Let us know in the comments.
Hey, let us know.
Let us know in the comments. Are we too crazy? Okay. Should we pull some cards? Does anyone trust us? What's going on? Okay. Let's pull some cards.
Let's pull some cards.
So I guess, should we do what? Coyote pup, baby skunk, feral kitten?
Ooh, yeah. Coyote ugly pup.
Coyote ugly pup.
Feral pussy kitten. And baby, you're going to make it skunk. And baby, this bud's for you. Skunk.
Okay.
Hannah is now shuffling the cards. All right, I'm going to get a little serious here. Our pothos isn't doing so hot. I wonder if it's too warm there.
Yeah, I think now it's getting hot and he's wilting in the sun.
Yeah, and he's been in the shadows for so long. I'm gonna move him right after this. Poor baby. I didn't even notice. I know. See, if you don't stop and take a look around once in a while, you're gonna miss it. Remember how in our live show I was saying like super obvious things? That was like the running joke where it's like, well, at the end of the day, it's another night.
It's another night.
That made me laugh so hard. Well, here's the thing. If you don't get it, then it's not in your hands.
And then it's not God.
Then
By you.
and someone else has it probably.
Damn.
Now I'm cutting the deck this is for the coyote pups.
This is for coyote pups.
If you feel you're a coyote pup, this one's coming for you. All right. Or not. Or if you're just going to listen to all of them and see,
Yeah,
then
dude.
that's okay.
I don't give a shit.
You're like, I walked into that party a coyote pup and I walked out a baby skunk.
All right.
Well, here's the thing about coyote pups is it ain't bad be a coyote pup.
No.
Based on this little spread. Advice for the next week for the pups, huh?
Yeah. So pups, we pulled Justice, the Fool, and Queen of Cups reversed.
All right. What's your immediate impression?
This one for me is a little bit of a thinker. I think with this Justice card being about having to make a clear-eyed choice.
Yes. I think, because that's how I view justice too, right? Like, okay, now is the time, the choice will be made, right?
Yeah.
And then the Fool being like kind of that new venture, that new way of thinking, that new thing that you've wanted. And then Queen of Cups too, maybe being like a little bit of that emotional, just a pinch of love. Mm-hmm. That maybe it is about something becoming clear that is a little scary that you want. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Maybe it's literally the cards version of what you were talking about, Han, of
like being afraid to admit that you want something.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, the like Justice is such a clear-eyed, like, and the card is like, they're sitting there in their robes and all their splendor. In one hand there's a scale, another there's a sword. It's very like these, unlike, if you listen to our last week's episode about the deep dive of the Two of Swords, where she's blindfolded and it's about kind of that inner knowing. This is kind of like, these are the facts. This is the case that's been laid out. This is what I have to know. And then that combined with the Fool, who kind of just goes forth blindly.
Yeah, they're on the edge of a cliff with a little dog yapping at their heels, but they're looking up to the sky.
Mm-hmm. And then with this Queen of Cups reversed, that I think is a little bit of like a guarded heart.
Yeah. Because if it was upright, it'd be more like sort of a free-flowing emotion, especially all this water, all this decor. But yeah, I think because the cup she's holding is like a really decorated chalice, but there's a lid on it. And so I think when it's reversed, it's about like maybe trying to take that lid off.
Yeah.
And let the emotions not just out, but like let yourself know too.
Yeah.
And let other people know. I think that's the thing with justice. It is about like the external, not internal, like you were saying, being clear-eyed about it.
Wow. I think it's totally that. I think it's just like not, maybe just fully admitting what you want.
Yeah.
Even if it's
Hard.
embarrassing.
even if you think it will make someone break up with you.
You never know.
Hannah, whenever you say that, I always picture you like, you know, when someone comes out of the forest and their cheeks been cut up in that like movie, like the sexy movie way. And you're like, hair's got leaves in it and stuff. That's the image that comes to mind whenever you say that.
And I've been that. You've seen me that.
I have.
Yeah. Or what? Or that makes me think of fucking Christopher and Paulie in Sopranos after they're out in the woods all night in the snow, and they're just like,
what an incredible episode,
dude. Sopranos, fucking, that should be our next 3.
Yeah,
we should do a Sopranos themed.
Yeah,
poll.
3 different
characters.
Like
the different characters.
Okay, we'll think on that.
Think on that.
I'm gonna write that down. We'll think on that.
I'll think on that. Okay, so pups, don't be scared to admit what you want.
Accept the challenge I issued earlier in this podcast.
Yes.
Think about it. What do you want? Like what? Oh my God. It's also kind of a thread from when I was talking about my last Scorpio boyfriend who said like was keeping secrets even from himself.
Oh my God. Yes.
So like look what, and maybe because it's justice and not like an internal card, maybe ask somebody.
Yeah.
Like, is there something like I'm not telling myself?
Oh my God. I love that.
Right?
Like someone you trust, a friend who's just like, hey, I think, yeah.
Yeah. Like, is there something that you see that I don't?
That's really cool.
Because that's a cool vulnerability. And also, you know, like, I think there's something lovely in thinking about too other people, you know, like, what do I see?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and not like you never need to tell anybody, but like, it's easier to do it on someone else before you do it on yourself.
Right.
So like if you don't see yourself, like, okay, kind of look around, and then maybe your brain will start letting you make the inroads.
Mm-hmm.
Practice.
That's cool. Also too, because I like the imagery of the Queen of Cups too. She has all these like pebbles, and she's sitting on a rocky beach.
Yeah.
And I think like overturning those stones.
Yes.
But in an inward way, like kind of like turning things over and inspecting them in an introspective way.
You know what's weird? I saw a TikTok this morning of Theo Von. He had Robert Greene on, who is a guy who wrote a lot of books about like power and getting things you want or whatever. And they were talking about the difficulty of knowing yourself and how journaling is one of the really best ways to do that. Obviously therapy and all that too, but like, and paying attention to your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just the journey to know oneself.
Yeah.
And how it has to be an active thing.
Cool.
I know. And how you should be curious about yourself. She goes back in the woods. No! Like in your white nightgown.
No, I'm very curious about myself. It's kind of disgusting. I was actually also listening to NPR, and they were and they were talking to Werner Herzog, and like I love the guy, but the way he was like talking about like they're like, would you ever go to therapy? He's like, I would rather die. And it's like, shut up. And he's like, all of this navel gazing, I would rather talk to a trusted friend, blah blah blah. I don't want to look, I don't know what color my eyes are, you know. And it's just like, okay, brother, like you actually come off sounding way more self-absorbed and shitty. Like it sounds like you have no self-awareness.
Interesting.
And like, yeah, you would make a movie about like carrying a boat through the jungle and then exploit a bunch of native people. But then also like make awesome stuff. Sorry, again,
yeah,
we love Werner, but perfect he is not.
Well, and for what we're talking about,
right?
Like, yeah, ask a trusted friend, but like also yourself.
Yes,
be your own trusted friend too.
Yeah. How about that?
How about that? Catch me outside.
Catch me outside. How about that? All right, this is for feral kittens.
For those little feral hissing, spitting kittens that I love so much. I saw a TikTok too where someone was like, they'd put sound over the hissing kitten, and someone had commented, can we just listen to the hissing and the spitting? Can you take the music off? They'd reposted it. All right, I'm cutting now for feral kittens. All right, hold on, let me think and be good about it. Okay.
All right.
Cut. Here comes the pull.
Oh.
Speaking of little kittens.
Ooh.
Okay. Another cutie. I guess we're a much positive week than we have been.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is another little cutie poll. Mm-hmm. So we started with the Six of Cups, 2 children. The older one, it's like Hannah and me. The older one looking at the top of the head of the smaller one, offering a cup that's filled with flowers in front of a house. Usually means nostalgia, childhood, maybe younger sort of siblings and stuff too. Then Judgment reversed. And then our lovely John Travolta card, because the figure on it looks like John Travolta to us. The 9 of Cups, aka your wishes come true, lucky lottery ticket card.
Yeah.
This to me feels like to kind of continue what we were talking about, because the other thing that Robert Greene was talking about was like looking in your childhood.
Yeah.
And that maybe this is about a childhood wish coming, not to light, but not coming true, but like this is the time for it.
Yeah. Especially with this Judgment reverse, because Judgment is a card where you see this like angel with a horn, and there are people they're being resurrected out of their graves. It's about rebirth, renewal. And I think so to have this sort of 6 of Cups, this nostalgic card with a rebirth card in reverse, it almost feels like, it's inviting you to not regress, but to look back.
To maybe be a child again.
Yeah.
That feeling of child wonderment. You know what it's like? It's Elf, the movie Elf. Like how he kind of runs through the world when he's putting the cookie in the VCR or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, to look for the whatever question that you have or whatever is plaguing you at this moment, to connect with your inner child.
Or maybe it's that thing too, on top of that, like definitely connect with your inner child, but to follow the joy of that child, right? Like a lot of times when we're looking for answers, we're thinking of like, well, what would be the smartest? What would be the wisest? But actually, what would be the funnest? What would like baby you do?
Yeah.
Also, this is very feral kitten.
Yeah, it really is.
You know what I mean? Do what you want.
Do what you want, bitch.
Yeah.
Also, with this Judgment reverse, I kind of get like, nothing's real.
Yeah.
Nothing's real. Nothing matters. Everything's made up.
Live for the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is very carpe diem.
Yeah, like you get to be a little reckless and it's going to kind of pay off.
Yeah. Be reckless.
Yeah.
Ooh, you know what it is? Maybe it's not be a kid. Maybe it's like be a teen.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Especially if you're a feral kitten, right? Yeah. Like if you were in the movie Big,
Yes.
how would you be walking through your day?
Right.
And maybe too, there's a little sense of like appreciating the shit that you do have that you sort of have forgotten. Talk about what you were talking about earlier, taking for granted. Like the stuff that is cool and good that you like. And then go exploit that.
Yeah.
Go fucking like go hard on that.
Yeah. Cool.
All right.
Good job, kittens.
Wow. Kittens like fucking like getting blotto on a Thursday. Or kittens like, you know, someone who's like, I always wanted to get big sparkly boots. And then you're like, but I shouldn't really buy those. And then it's like, just buy the fucking boots.
Life is short by the shoes.
Exactly.
But like actually.
But like actually.
That little
Yeah.
sign that is in your mom's closet kind of went off. Yeah. It didn't have to go that hard, but it did.
But it did.
Points were made. Oh my God. Did your mom ever like buy things and then like if your dad was like, are those new shoes? She'd be like, no, I've had these forever, but she's lying.
I'm actually sure she did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going shopping with my mom and my stepdad's very cheap. And she'd be like, we'd come home and I'm like, should we bring in the bags? She's like, no, we'll bring them in later. Bags have to stay in the trunk. Even though she made most of the money. Disgusting.
I love these little glimpses.
The fuck?
The fuck?
The fuck? And you're just being like 12 and being like, oh, this sucks. I'm not going to marry someone cheap.
And you won't.
And I won't. And that's what, oh, my grandma would harp on that. She's like, and I think I've said this before. She would, if he's stingy with his wallet, he'll be stingy with everything else.
I do believe in that.
And
generosity is a skill.
I love generosity.
It's a developed skill.
Yeah.
Speaking of pervy, Lyle has gone in my lap.
God.
My little long-haired cat is in my lap.
Oh, he's just looking straight up at you.
With all that love. That's what happens when you pull 6 of cups.
Yep.
You get we said feral kitten too much.
Yeah, he's like, I was feral once.
He's like, but I'm the baby.
But I'm a little baby.
That's just my baby daddy. All right. We're cutting for baby skunks. Best part of Only Lovers Left Alive. Watch that movie.
Hell yeah. All right, baby skunks. Whoopsh. Oh. Whoopsh.
Ah.
Whoopsh. Okay, different vibe.
Well, we didn't go 3 for 3. Baby skunks walking a different path.
Yeah. Okay, girls.
Okay, the baby skunks pulled. The fool reversed. The devil reversed. The high priestess reversed. So we got 3 major arcana cards, all reversed.
Damn.
So it feels like this is like hitting a little hard. And we just want to tell the baby skunks that we love you.
We love you. And actually, it's not so bad.
It's not so bad, but if you need a hug, you can find me.
Come here.
Come here.
Come here.
Give you a little hug.
Cash me outside for a hug.
Cash me outside for a big hug. You want a big juicy hug? Ew. I don't know what that means. I've never said those words in that combo before. But I don't think, obviously, anything with the fool and the high priestess too is like a protective kind of energy, I think. And the devil, look, we like Elliot Adams. Mm-hmm. Elliot Adams, single.
Yeah, single.
Elliot Adams, who has a book called Fearless Tarot that we love about no scary cards. And I do think, especially the devil reversed is always the one where the chains are falling off,
Exactly.
right? And the fool too reversed is the way when we did our deep dive on it, that maybe you're not going into a brand new venture. Like maybe you're sort of trying something again for like another time. Mm-hmm. And especially with the devil reverse, which sometimes the devil can be about like addictions or things that we're trying to get past. But now the chains are like falling off and we are breaking past. We are, what's that song? Let the rain fall down. The difference in our singing voices. Let the rain fall down and wash my dreams. Yeah.
Okay, so Hilly Duffy.
Hilly Duffy. And then High Priestess reverse.
I feel like that is, it's so funny. All of these in reverse. I think maybe it's like what you were saying of not being so like foolhardy going into a situation that maybe like, you're dancing with the devil, maybe like you're going back to a job that is not great, or a relationship that's not great, or a friendship or something that you're like
going into a scary space maybe.
Yeah, like this feels like a cycle.
Yeah.
That you're in, and you're going into it with more information. And to me, because the fool is reversed, so it's like you're a little more guarded. The devil is reversed, so the chains are loosening. To me, the high priestess reversed, and this means like you still need to be really open to signs.
Ooh.
Or like there's still a piece that you're missing of this puzzle. I don't know.
And I do think it's power, right? Like maybe that's, you have it and you just need to, before you walk in, make sure you find it. Mm-hmm. What can position you the best if you're going into this place?
Yeah.
And the high priestess too can be a lot about obviously that like internal sort of the magic on the inside, right? Your intuition and all of that. So like maybe that's what was missing before. Mm-hmm. And now this is the final piece that you're slotting in. Maybe that's enough of the piece, but
yeah,
it is interesting. All reversey.
All reverse major arcana. And also too, maybe it's like, yeah, if we're talking about going into a situation that's scary or has been hurtful to you in the past, like you are going up against paper tigers.
Yeah.
Like you might be surprised if you like stand up for yourself, or if you like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Be your own advocate.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you feel like the fool, but you're actually the high priestess. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's the journey that needs to happen. Like going through the canyon is what will give you the power.
It's not that scary. Like it feels like going through like a scary ride and then like the lights turn on and you're like, oh, it's just
Splash Mountain
And now it's Princess and the Frog.
And
It's
now
actually better now.
And actually, it's enjoyable and worth a 2-hour wait on a hot day.
On a hot summer's day.
You know, any spread with the High Priestess in it too, I really think that the Querent, aka the baby skunks, have their own magic.
And black and white.
A lot of black and white. Yes,
pillars.
Exactly, like a skunk, right? Mm-hmm. And also too, the devil with like sort of dark background and the fool with light background, and you know, there is a lot of light and dark kind of echoing throughout this whole spread. Mm-hmm. These are people that are magic.
Yeah.
Have their own magic.
Big week for you guys.
Little magic babies.
Yeah. But I think it's going to be good.
Little sparkly
Even if
babies.
it's scary.
It'll be good.
It'll be really good.
It'll be good. We hope so. We know so.
Yeah.
Yeah. We wish you luck.
I wish you well.
I wish you well.
Inhale. Remember when Cardi B said that?
Yes.
I wish you well. Inhale. Not you, baby skunks.
No.
I just wanted to say it.
Well, I love all our little like deck animals.
I know.
Talk
And then
about
what we can do the adult version, because I think we got to get big scary raccoon in there.
Oh,
Possum.
raccoon with a beer
hawk.
in its hand.
Yeah. Drinking raccoon.
Party raccoon. Mm-hmm. Yeah, hawk.
And then the big crap that someone took.
Anyone identifying with the big crap.
We also have to do a party version too. It's like
Yeah.
whoever like threw open my room or
The person that cut their head open in our bathroom and then bled on the dance floor.
like tripped over a cooler or like
Yeah.
ran into our glass door. It's been like 5 people.
Yes, 5 people have run into the glass door to the point where I've permanently put little ghosties on it so that people
No one gets confused.
no one gets confused anymore. Or yeah, how Jess ate shit down the stairs.
Iconic.
Iconic behavior. Literally so mad I didn't see it. She was like saying goodbye, doing a big wave goodbye. It was like, goodbye, everyone. And then just ate shit. Just on her own little heels, her big boots or whatever. And
A lot of throwing up.
oh, so much throwing up. Remember when someone brought up a huge bottle of vodka and then just dropped it right on the deck? And then there's glass everywhere.
I loved it.
It was pretty cool. What adventures will we have at the Jardy this year? And how will we both go through that party? We'll have to do an after show like we do after our live shows,
Yes.
because you and I both have our own little Linklater movies that happen. Yeah. And then finding the overlap is always very funny. It's always wild.
Well, gang. Thanks for listening to this vodka. The tarot show, parentheses, vodka's version.
VV.
VV.
Thank you for doing that. And let us know if it was too crazy. And we are with you from the womb to the tomb. Doing a second shot.